7 countries that are nearly impossible to conquer. Bhutan. This tiny country located in Southeast Asia has almost nothing when it comes to self-defense. Bhutan does not have a huge army, and neither does it have a well-equipped air force. In fact, Bhutan does not even have tanks in its military. Yet, Bhutan happens to be one of the few countries which has almost never seen an actual invasion in its homeland. Bhutan is quite a tiny country, surrounded by the incredibly majestic Himalayan peaks on all sides, and is already 300 meters above sea level. Even if an army somehow manages to reach the border, the altitude sickness will weaken the army personnel further. By the time an army actually makes it to Bhutan, they will be completely exhausted and resourceless that an invasion will be pointless. Iran. Iran is easily one of the many incredibly powerful countries to exist in the Middle East. It even has the largest number of enemies a single country can have, with the exception of North Korea. The biggest reason behind Iran's immunity is its geographic location, which is so intimidating that the country doesn't even need an army to keep any notorious parties away. Iran happens to be surrounded by lofty mountain peaks on all its sides. Numerous hidden bunkers have been constructed in these peaks, where Iranian spy soldiers reside, monitoring the terrain 24/7 for invaders. The 500,000 military personnel, 1,658 tanks, 137 fighter planes, and extremely advanced ammunition is another reason why the USA and Saudi Arabia dislike Iran. Switzerland. Switzerland is famous all across the planet for 3 things: Swiss watches, Swiss chocolates, and its incredibly fierce neutrality in world politics. Switzerland is known to not have any enemies and is one country that every powerful country is on pretty good terms with. Even though this country has actually never involved itself in any trouble, it is one of the most powerful countries on the planet. Unless a rebellious invader wants to risk getting into severe trouble, no one will ever dare to invade Switzerland. Even if, by some miracle, someone actually manages to invade the country, Switzerland knows how to defend itself. North Korea. The North Korean army is reportedly the second largest in the world, behind the USA. Its atomic prowess alone is enough to intimidate the biggest and most powerful countries in the world. North Korea has plenty of enemies and its fingers in several suspicious spies. But, no one will dare to declare anything on North Korea. There have been many times when the world has anticipated battles between the USA and North Korea due to their unbelievably tense relations. But even the US is reluctant to do so many because of North Korea's friendship with China. North Korea is said to be one of the most vicious countries in the world and, unfortunately, almost impossible to invade. Canada. Canadians are quite a peaceful lot, and they undoubtedly prefer their snowy Christmases over battles any day. But that does not mean that Canadians are weak or defenseless in any possible way. In fact, it is so difficult to invade Canada that even if they had any enemies, no one would dare take any chances. The biggest and strongest armor Canada has is of its size and geographic location. Canada is completely surrounded on 3 sides by the glacial waters of the Atlantic as well as the Pacific Oceans, with absolutely freezing temperatures of below -30 degrees Celsius. The only way to actually invade Canada safely is through the US, which is towards its south. And considering just how powerful the USA is and how friendly these 2 nations are, the task is nearly impossible. And if by some miracle an army does succeed, Canada's impressive military forces with 95,000 active personnel will be more than enough. Japan. Japan is as powerful as it is small. Japan is also one of the most advanced, most developed, and powerful countries. The Japanese economy is said to be the fourth largest in the world, and its annual military budget is approximately $50 billion. They have one of the most advanced military ammunitions in the world with unmatchable technology as well as supremacy. If an invader still wants to invade this country, he will have to cross the ocean to reach it, which is anything but easy. And if they aren't ripped to shreds by the Japanese, allies like the US will definitely knock them out. Russia. Russia is undoubtedly the largest country on this planet. This alone is one of the biggest defenses this country has. Any present-day invader certainly cannot match up to their level or even invade Russia, let alone subdue it. In fact, the Russian generals can even joke that all they have to do is take a step back and watch the climate do its job. The freezing Siberian temperatures, as well as the treacherous mountains, are impossible to navigate. By the time an army manages to make it to the Russian mainland, they will have wasted several resources. It will just be a cakewalk for the Russian army to easily subdue them. The Russian military also has 850,000 active personnel, along with 3,500 military aircraft and an unbelievable 7,000 missiles.